Hi, I'm Nina G, and welcome to another chair yoga video. I'm calling this video Connect to the Infinite. The infinite within us, the body, the mind, the breath, and also that infinite around us, that infinite ocean of bliss. Imagine you're just a drop of water in that ocean, just one tiny drop, but together we're much more powerful. So that's what we're going to work on today. Grab your chair, we'll get started. We'll get started on our chair. We're going to connect our feet to the floor, whether directly or with a prop. Slide back, sit up tall, let the palms rest up in your lap, let the shoulders come down from your ears. And now that we have the body where it belongs, let's bring that mind in as well and begin to pay attention to the breath, noticing it coming into the body and leaving the body. Slowing it down, lengthening it, evening it out. And as we continue to do that, take a moment to check in and notice how your body feels today. What's going on today? And once you've identified how you feel physically, bring your attention back to your breath. Now from this position, we're just going to bring a little motion into the practice, a little breath-led motion. So as we inhale, I'm going to lift up my right arm, and the exhale will lower it back to my lap. And then the other side, inhale left arm, exhale back to the left. So just imagine that the breath is doing this, because it is. And we're connecting the breath and the movement. You know that you have so many options with this movement. If everything feels like it's going okay, you can reach that arm up and long. If you're nursing an injury, you can always take it to a cactus arm. And if you're dealing with extreme fatigue, that happens too, right? You might just be expanding those fingers on the inhale and exhale, softening. Lots of options. And now we're going to connect the neck to that movement as well. So as my right arm goes up, I'm going to turn my head to the left. That's my inhale. Exhale, we'll take it back to center, arm come back down. Connecting the movement of the head to the movement of the arm, to the breath. Infinite connections. And then pause. Take a circle with those shoulders. We'll stack those palms at heart center, tuck the chin, soften or close the eyes. And we'll set an intention for this practice. And it could be this idea of infinite connection, connect to the infinite, or anything else that's important to you today. And then release those hands back to your lap, and we'll move to the edge of our chair. Once we move to the edge of the chair, let's push that block out of the way, connect to the floor completely. So these feet are down there and they are stable, and I can push into my feet, push into my sitting bones, and sit a little bit taller. We'll do a few rounds of cat and cow, bringing a little bit of motion into the spine, which feels good. And then finish out with those and come back to that nice tall spine. We're going to move to a joint rotation series, which helps us to hydrate that fascia in the body. The fascia is what connects all of those muscles, and it's getting messages. It's sending messages to those muscles. So we have a couple of choices, but what we're going to do is first is just kind of bounce everything up and down. So coming up and down on the toes, maybe bounce a little bit on your bum, and the shoulders can bounce, the arms are just kind of following along, bounce, 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 bounce. So everything is kind of moving right now. Everything is moving, not kind of moving. But we're bouncing, we feel that sensation in the hips and the arms and the shoulders and the feet. Bounce, 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 bounce. And it's kind of fun. And if you wanted to just play, you go, making that noise, because that's fun too, right? And that's what we're trying to do here. Enjoy ourselves, have fun, connect. Connect the body together, that within, connecting within. You can even blubber your lips if you like. Have fun with it. And then pause. Notice all of that energy moving about the body now. Just like, how long did we do that? Not very long, and then everything starts to move. This is a great practice for first thing in the morning and last thing at night. Think about that in the future. Anyway, that was the whole body. Now we're going to move to specifically the ankles. So I'm just going to take one ankle, I'm going to lift it up, I'm going to turn my foot at the ankle. I'd like this to be happening from the core, right? Those abdominal muscles are helping you to sit up tall, and that's how you're able to lift that leg. And if that means you need to sit back a little bit, that's fine too. So find where you're comfortable. The thing to note is that, we're all connected. So the rest of your body might be moving a little bit as well. But right now we're paying attention to the ankle, just one ankle. In my case, it's my right ankle. So we're going, I've made circles in both directions. I've done some pointing and flexing, just really opening up that joint, the ankle joint, which is a whole bunch of bones, muscles, connective tissue. And then put that foot down. Take a breath, notice. We'll go to the other side. Now, we're not doing this breath-led at this time. We're just kind of moving everything around, just noticing. We'll add breath in later, don't worry. But make sure you've explored really all the ways that ankle can move. And then put your foot back down on the ground. Check in. Now we're going to move up to the knee. Now the knee is a hinge and it only goes in one direction. Front and back. So just kind of like dangling. You can be here. I've got my hands underneath my thigh and just dangling from there. You could slide back in your chair a little bit. Dangle, dangle, dangle. And you may notice sensation in your ankle because we just kind of brought all that energy into it. So that whole lower leg is doing some fun stuff. And then pause. And we're going to move to that right hip. So we just did the right knee. I'm going to slide to the edge of my chair a little bit and then just make some circles here with my hip. Don't have to be fast, don't have to be big. Just some circles. And you see my elbows kind of bending and helping guide this circle. Sit up tall, don't slump. We don't want to round the spine. And then make sure you take those circles in the other direction. We are not working full range of motion here. We're working comfortable range of motion. And then we're going to put that foot back down. So put that foot down. This is a really good time to notice the difference between the sides. Because leg-wise, this one has done a lot of work. There's a lot of energy moving around. This one, not as much. And it's real interesting to notice that we just did that. Yoga changes things. Okay, now we're going to do the other leg. We're going to do the dangle first. Dangle. And just kind of flip back and forth. You know, imagine you're sitting on the edge of a big chair or something. Just dangling that leg front and back and forth. And then we'll pause. I like to move to the edge of my chair. Your chair is going to be different. If it has arms, moving to the edge isn't going to help you. But move somewhere that you can make these circles. Circles into the hip. Comfortable circles. Sitting up tall. You see I've got this other hand on the chair. Just kind of keeping me stable here. Make sure you take the circles in the other direction. And then put that foot back on the floor. Come back to the center of your chair and check in. So from hips down, we've done a lot of work. Notice sensations in the lower body. Okay, now we're going to do a soft twist, kind of a lower back kind of twist. Not tied to breath, so just move as fast or as slow as you want. I'm going to take both hands to one side of the chair and then both hands to the other. Moving comfortably and smoothly. We only want smooth motions in the body. We'll do one more in each direction. And then we'll come back to center. Pause and notice. Moving to the upper body now, let's extend the arms long, fingers are long, and we're going to take it to the wrists. So just a little up and down with the wrists. Fingers are long. Notice how this feels. And then make a soft fist. My thumb's on the outside. I'm making a soft fist. Shoulders down. Did you see? I was able to drop them about a good inch there. So let's pay attention to those shoulders. And then see what happens if you tuck your thumb in. How does that make it feel? Good? Better? Worse? Just notice. Maybe fingers long again. Maybe a circle or two if that feels okay. I kind of like wiggling all my fingers. Feels good to me. Doing a little flick, 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 flick. And then pause, hands back down in your lap. How does that feel? Now we'll reach the arms forward, palms up, soft fingers. We're going to move to the elbow, just like we did with the knee, just kind of a flop, flop, flop. My hands and wrists aren't doing anything. They're just following along for the ride. And I'm just going back and forth, back and forth. Fingers to shoulders, fingers away. So we don't need to fling them, but it's just a little back and forth. Your range of motion doesn't have to be the max. And then pause, hands back down in the lap. Check in, noticing sensation now. Woo, it's moving its way up the arm. We'll take our arms forward, palms up, bringing fingertips to the shoulders now. Elbows wide. Notice how that feels. And we're going to make some circles with those elbows. So moving it into the shoulders. Now we really want this to be smooth for your shoulders. Work in a circle that is acceptable to you. This should feel good. So if you have any shoulder issues like frozen shoulder or whatever, please move carefully and gently. Let these motions serve you. then make sure you go in the other direction. Smooth movement. Notice what's going on with those shoulder blades in the back of the body. And then pause. Let's do a few angel wings so the elbows can come forward and then open, forward and open. Working within your range, moving smoothly, being kind to the shoulders. And then pause here, elbows wide. They're soft. And we're going to just take a gentle twist. I'm going to my right and then gently to the left. Don't need to tie it to breath, but notice how this twist is a little bit higher in the back than that twist that we did with our arms down. And when you've evened out the sides, pause, bring the hands back to the lap. Check in with those shoulders, the upper back. Now I'm going to take my feet a little bit wider, and we're going to begin to make some circles with the upper body. These circles can be as large or as small as you like. I kind of like a medium-sized circle. That works for me. I can feel my weight shifting one sitting bone to the other. I can feel my weight shifting between my feet as well, and even the palms of my hands. Some people like to take these bigger. I don't think that serves me, but it might serve you. And some people like to keep them a lot smaller. So find where you need to be with these circles, and we'll take a few more. And then go in the other direction. Finding the circle that is right for you. Feeling that connection of everything in the body right now, right? The feet, the palms, the sitting bones. And then take it slower and come to center. Check in, notice. Okay, we're going to interlace our hands behind the neck. That's just going to keep our head safe, head and neck safe. And imagine you've got a flashlight taped to your head and pointing to the ceiling. You know, that happens a lot. You look like a unicorn with a flashlight on your head. And then make some tiny circles on the ceiling with that light. Some tiny circles, and then tiny circles the other way. Just keeping this neck safe, slow, smooth movements. And then pause and release those hands back down to the lap, and that ends our joint rotation series. Notice how the physical body feels right now. And think about this, like I said, first thing in the morning, last thing at night, really good way to get ready for your day or to get ready to wind down and go to sleep. And now we're going to move to standing. Once we move to standing, we clear our workspace. I've moved my block, and I've got this chair available to me if I want it. So let us come to our mountain pose. Crown of the head reaches for the ceiling. Check in with how you feel right now. What's going on with the body, with all those joints? Let the shoulders come down from the ears. And then we're going to move to our little tiptoe push-up. We can use our fingertip control here. I really like to keep it fingertip, right? We don't want to push into this chair. But let's come up onto the toes and lower. Lifting the heels and lowering. And we can tie that to the breath. Let the inhale lift you. Exhale, lower. One or both hands on the chair, or you can try without the hands. What I'd like is for us to control it all the way up and all the way down. So again, whole body is involved with this. Let the inhale lift you and the exhale lower. We'll do 2 more. And then pause. Now let's come into our warrior one pose. Let's step forward, right foot forward, left foot back. Right foot forward, left foot back, warrior one. The front knee is bent, the right knee is bent. My back heel is down, my hips are pretty square. I'm looking at the back of my chair right now, and I can use fingertip control if I like. Right foot is forward. Let's lift the right arm. It could be a cactus, it could be a long arm, it could be up bicep by the ear, all is good. And the other arm is going to be down. Now, let's switch. Let's straighten the legs, switch the arms. Inhale here. And exhale, bend the knee. Reach the arm up. So connecting the motion of the leg and the arms. Moving with the breath, connecting breath to movement. We'll do 1 more. And the next time that the front knee is bent and we're in our warrior one, let's stay there. We know we can use this chair if we need to. We're going to add that opposite arm coming into our warrior one wherever is appropriate for us today. Breathe here. So when we hold these poses, we're building that strength, bone strength right here. Now we're going to imagine we have a beach ball between our palms and we're going to push down on the beach ball. We're in a pull. Push down on the beach ball, push down. You may feel those abdominals engage. Push down on the beach ball, straighten the leg. Push down, push down, push down. You're pushing through water. Spine is tall, pushing down, pushing down, pushing down. Release. Turn the thumbs out. Start to hinge forward. Long spine. So nice long spine. You can hinge at the waist. Right hip back, left hip forward. You can bring those hands to the back of the chair. Coming to this nice pyramid pose. Legs are straight. Hips are level. Right hip back, left hip forward. You can take those arms back, palms down, thumbs out. And then soften into your front knee. And let's make our way back to warrior one. Breathing here. Float the arms down. Step your back foot forward. Pause and check in. Now we're going to do the other side. I'm going to leave my chair here. Maybe you can see it better without the chair. Left foot is forward, the knee is bent over the ankle. My back heel is down, my hips are pretty square here. If I bring my hands to my hips, I feel they're pretty level. I'll take that left arm up. And then we're just gonna move the arms, move the legs, move the breath. So as we inhale, we'll straighten the leg, reach the right arm up, and exhale. So kind of making scissors with the arms. We know that these arms go wherever they serve us best. The next time that we're in our Warrior One stance, that front knee is bent, we're going to stay there. Option to take that other arm up. Arms can be on the chair, we know that. Feel that power in the lower body, that power in the upper body. Warrior poses are strong. Okay, now we've got our imaginary beach ball in our imaginary water. It's better than a unicorn, right? We're gonna push down on the beach ball. Notice as soon as I start to push down, I feel my abdominals engaged. Push down, start to straighten the legs. Spine is tall, spine is tall, spine is tall. Get taller, push down harder. And then release the ball. Turn the palms forward, thumbs out, and begin to hinge forward, coming into your pyramid. So you might be here. You might be here with your upper body parallel to the earth. You might be here with your hands on the back of the chair. All are good. Spine is long, reaching through the crown of the head. Left hip is back, right hip is forward. So these hips are still level. I like to bring my hands back and kind of feel that. It helps me understand. And then we're going to soften into the front knee and make our way back to our Warrior One. Release the arms down, step your back foot forward. Pause and check in. Notice how you feel. We'll face the chair now. And we're going to take a wide stance. So this is my wide stance that is comfortable and secure for me. Face the chair. Stand up taller. Take an inhale here. Exhale, soften into the knees. Bring those hands down to the seat of the chair. We can be here with this long spine as we just did in pyramid. Or we can take it to a fold, let the crown of the head reach down for the seat of the chair. You can stack the palms, you can stack the forearms, resting in this forward fold. And then soften into your knees, bring the hands back to the seat of the chair if they're not already there. Lengthen the spine. One hand to each thigh. Push into the feet, come all the way back up. Bring your feet together, check in. And we're gonna make our way to seated now. Once we're back in our chairs, we'll get ready to slide back. So I've got my prop on the floor for me. I'll slide back, connect to the earth, turn the palms up in my lap. Soften or close the eyes. Notice how the body feels now. Notice the connection between the mind, the body, and the breath. And then know that we're also connected because we've practiced yoga together. And together we're so much more powerful. So let's wiggle our fingers, let's wiggle our toes, blink open the eyes if they're closed, and let's scooch to the edge of the chair, put the feet on the earth. Bring those palms together at heart center. Let the thumbs rest on your sternum. Recall your intention, the one we said at the beginning of class. And then thank yourself for taking time to practice yoga today, and thank you for allowing me to guide you. I look forward to connecting with you again soon. Stay well, my friends.